In Raleigh, North Carolina, the 13-year-old cousin of the NBA's John Wall was gunned down in another senseless case of black-on-black crime. This time, a black teen being killed by 3 black men. Where's the outrage? Where's the Black Lives Matter outrage? Watch this clip and let's talk about it on the other side.
God allowed me to wake up and breathe. I'm going to be sitting on the front row, so get used to this face.
3 teens behind bars and a family seeking justice after the murder of a 13-year-old boy. Good evening, I'm Sharon Taswell.
And I'm Sean Roney. Thanks for joining us. That teenager was gunned down Friday night in downtown Raleigh. WNCN's Derek Waller is live tonight. And Derek, you spoke with his family. They're relieved, but understandably, they still want more answers.
Yeah, that's right, Sean. Family members say they are looking forward to seeing justice served in this case, all as this memorial to Keyshawn Gregory continues to grow.
A 13-year-old boy, like, what could he have done to you to make you kill him? What could he have done so bad to you to make you take his life? He didn't deserve that.
Keyshawn Gregory's cousin, Jesse Lynch, stands with other family members at this memorial site. Flowers, candles, and 2 basketballs mark where her little cousin was found dead Friday night. She's mourning, but relieved to know the suspected killer is now in jail.
But we're happy that sooner or later we're going to have some justice.
Raleigh police charged 19-year-old Malik Jones with murder. 2 other teens, Jamal Howard and Jonathan Chavez, are charged as accessories after the fact. Police say Keyshawn was in a car with 2 others traveling down Beauty Avenue when words were exchanged with people in another car. That's when police say someone fired shots.
I was inside and I just heard the shots and I don't know where they come from.
Almeda Hall says she heard several shots.
Loud, it was loud.
One of those shots struck Keyshawn. Police say he was driven about a mile to East Jones and North State Streets, where a 911 caller found his body.
I just need an ambulance. Hurry up. How old is he? I don't know, like 15, 14. Okay, is he awake? He's dead. Just please hurry up, man.
And as family and friends mourn, Keyshawn's great-aunt Linda Harris says she's ready to go to court and face the man accused of killing her nephew.
Every day that God allowed me to wake up and breathe, I'm going to be sitting on the front row, so get used to this face.
And ever since Saturday, we've seen family and friends leaving things at this memorial site, and they will be back here on Wednesday night for another vigil that is set for 6:30 p.m. We're live in Raleigh. Derek Waller, WNCN News.
Derek, thank you.
Okay. Now, this case is troubling on so many different levels. But before I get into that, let me just provide a little background on some things. Now, Keyshawn Gregory is a 13-year-old kid, and he was out with a 14-year-old friend playing basketball. It's around 9 o'clock at night. It was getting late. So, and it's the summer, so it still doesn't get dark here until around 9 o'clock or so. So he played basketball till dusk. And then he and his 14-year-old friend, for whatever reason, got into a car with another person they considered a friend. Thing is, the person they got into the car with goes by the name of Kevin. At least that's all the name we have now, first name of Kevin. And Kevin's 19 years old. So that's a troubling aspect, that a 14-year-old boy and a 13-year-old boy find themselves close friends with a 19-year-old boy, a 19-year-old young man. And the reason that's troubling to me is that in the state of North Carolina, as in a lot of other states, if a 19-year-old male had sexual relations with a 14-year-old girl, that male would be put in prison, under the jail. And then would have to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life, because the state says that a 14-year-old girl could not consent to was not mature enough to consent to sexual relations with a 19-year-old. And it's scientifically proven that girls mature a lot faster than boys. So a 19-year-old young man should not be best buds with a 13 and 14-year-old boys. Okay, now, not only that, in this situation, that friendship directly led to Keyshawn's death. Because allegedly, Kevin was en route to buy some weed. And allegedly, as he was riding down the street with his two young, just turned teenagers, best buds in tow, he spotted some people on the front porch of a home that he had beef with earlier. This 19-year-old young man decided to stop the car with his young teen friends in tow and strike a heated conversation with people on the front porch. People on the front porch, as is always the case when you're talking about some dumb N-word, S-H-I-T, I'm going to say crap just in case we got young people watching, but which is always the case when you got some dumb N-word crap going on. Didn't take too kindly to Kevin's outburst. Shots rang out, and guess who got shot and killed? Yes, the 13-year-old, who had absolutely nothing to do with the altercation, who should not have been in the car with Kevin in the first place, should not have been best buds with a young man at 14 years old, 13 years old. Killed over some dumb N-word crap. Now, there are Black Lives Matter chapters here in North Carolina. I think there's one in Durham. I know there's one in Wilmington. I could probably do a Facebook search and find some others. I don't see an outrage here. Right? Where's the outrage? You know, we spent the past few weeks going over and over again about Bernie Sanders not stating he believed in Black Lives Matter, or not saying the statement, getting on Martin O'Malley about his commitment to Black Lives Matter, really taking politicians to task. Well, this is where the hypocrisy can be troubling. Because as I've stated in previous blog posts, where critics of the Black Lives Matter movement have pointed out before, there are a lot of cases where blacks are killing blacks, more so than cases of policemen killing blacks. And that's a known fact. Now, that's not to, I've said this many times, and it bears repeating here. I am a supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement. What I'm saying here is that the emphasis should not be solely on blacks dying at the hands of police. In fact, I think the emphasis should probably be even more so at the fact that blacks are dying at the hands of blacks. One of the things in my household, one of the things I tell my kid when he has his friends come over to the house, I tell him, I say, look here, now how you treat your home is how your friends are going to treat your home. If you're upstairs and you running around and you knocking over crap and you throwing pillows and stuff on the floor and you throwing your toys all over the place, your friends are going to do that. They're going to treat your house like you treat your house. If you treat your house with some respect, they will treat your house with some respect. So I said, when you go upstairs, out of my sight, respect your home so your friends will respect your home. That's the same thing that applies here. We're not going to get law enforcement to respect the lives of blacks until blacks respect the lives of blacks. Here you got 3 black men shooting at another black man, killing a black teen over some dumb N-word crap. And there's no outrage. If Keyshawn Gregory had been shot and killed by a white policeman, all hell would have broke loose. There'd have been marching in the street, picketing the police department, So here you have a case where 3 black men shot and killed an innocent black teen and no outrage, no marching in the street, no picketing, no demanding justice. Something wrong with that picture. Something very wrong with that picture.